Hey there, I started this timeout video for myself, like I do with the devotions that I write and the memes that I create. I do that genuinely for myself because there are things I'm needing to remember that day or that week or that month. And so I write them down because I'm a writer, and that helps me to see them and think of them and remember them. And then I just started sharing them with people because I think they can make a difference in all our lives. What I've learned being a follower of Christ is that whatever God's doing in me, He's doing in the earth, in the Big C church. Not every detail about what He's doing, but I find that people who are on the same page as me, they're dealing with the same thoughts and feelings and issues and controversy. It's just the way life goes. And so I created this timeout so that we would take a minute to be quiet and be still and think of something differently. I try to come up with concepts or things that are going on in the world or in my spiritual life that I have viewed wrongly or I have viewed a certain way all the time, and I want to see if there's something more to it. My pastor is doing a series right now that's called Do you believe what you say you believe, or think you something about believing? I don't know. But the thing about it is, it's really asking, do you just say you believe something, or do you really believe it? Or do you just believe it because you've always believed it? And so that's what this timeout video is about. And as we're considering that this week, I think we need to look at our culture and our country and what's happening right now, and not just jump on the bandwagon with every single thing that comes along. For example, if you're a Democrat, don't just jump on the bandwagon because that's what the Democrats are doing. If you're a Republican, don't just say, oh, that's what the Republican Party believes, so that's what I believe. Let's hash things out. Let's decide what goes along with our conscience and what doesn't. Good and evil are always warring against each other. And no, that is not Democrat and Republican war. There's good and there's evil, obviously, in both parties. And that's not what I'm talking about. I am not a political person. What I'm talking about is following the voice of truth that lives within you and standing up for what you believe, even when it gets uncomfortable. Because that's what it looks like more and more and more things are coming to in this country. And as citizens, as people of freedom and people who believe in freedom, we have to represent for our rights. We have to say, I don't agree with that. I'm not going to do that. Look, many people have gone before us who have fought great battles to get this country to the place it's at. And we can't sit down and say nothing right now if we don't agree with what's happening. Now, what you believe and what you do and don't agree with, that's between you and your relationship with God and yourself. But for me, I want to be the kind of person who doesn't let life or the government or circumstances run me over. I want to be the kind of person who says, this is not all right, or I'm going to do this because this is right. I want to stand up for what I believe. That's what we're being called to. That's what things are getting to in the world right now. It doesn't take much. Doesn't take much at all to look around and go, wow, things are changing. Things are shifting. And if you are not willing to stand for what you believe, we're going to be overtaken by things we don't believe. That's true. That's true all the time. I'm not into the whole fear factor thing, not trying to freak you out about what's happening. I don't know where it's going. What I know is if we don't stand for righteousness, if we don't stand for our rights and what we believe to be true, we're going to get run over. So as you're thinking about how things are going this week in your personal life and in your, even if you're not involved with the government or not, politically correct or whatever you want to say, it in your circumstances, in your hometown, in your job environment, if you think that you should be vaccinated, then you should stand up for that. If you think you should not be vaccinated, you should not get a vaccination. Stand up for what you believe. I believe in you guys, and that's what this country is founded on. Let's keep it what it's supposed to be and say what we mean and mean what we say and stand for what we believe. Love you guys, and I hope you have a great week. You can do it. It'll make a difference. See you guys next week.